Hey everybody, it's Megan Hill here. I'm going to do a quick demonstration on how I do my eye makeup for a really just basic look. So hopefully you'll learn some tips from me today. I've already done my foundation, a little bit of contouring, just a really basic natural look. So I'm going to start out by using an eye base on my eyes. I really like MAC, their paints. This one is the color Sublime Nature, and it's kind of a taupe color. Not kind of, it is a taupe color. It's just really light. It's not like flesh tone, but it's not too dark. So it's great because I can really build on it. I can really, deepen it if I want to with an eyeshadow, or I can leave it by itself and just use that as a base on my eye. So I just put a little bit onto my hand. A little bit goes a long way. I'm using a flat, medium eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to work a little bit on here into my brush on my hand. Just kind of work it in on just one side. And then I'm going to just make sure I'm ready there. Put it on the center, work it down, make sure it's really close to the lash line so that there's no gaps there between the skin or the lashes and the product. And then I like to take it, I usually use a hand mirror, just so you guys know. I always have a small hand mirror with me. It helps me be able to look really, really close and see what I'm doing. And it also helps me when I curl my eyelashes, so which we're going to get to that. But then I keep my eye open and I take the product all the way up into where I'm going to take shadow, and then also blend it up towards my brow as well. And then I'm going to put just a little bit right on the tip, and I'm going to go actually underneath the eye as well. So it's kind of hard to do this on a computer like this, but we're learning as we go. I'm going to use this mirror right here just so I can see, and then you guys can maybe see better. But I'm just going to take it right into the bottom part of my lash line and down a little bit. So this is gonna hold really well for the day. These paints are great because they have like a 12-hour wearability. So they dry to be more of a flat finish, flat powder finish, and then they're not going to really grab onto the shadow or anything you put on top of them. So that's why they're great that you can wear them by themselves. They come in a bunch of different colors, or you can pair them with other eyeshadows, which is what we're going to do today. So again, just a little bit underneath here, and just blend it back and forth. Really work it in well. And you can also use your finger for this. I just tend to use a brush because I have a little more control with it. So you can kind of see the color is just kind of a taupe. Pretty simple. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use a couple different things for eyeshadow. I love MAC's eyeshadow called Tempting. It is a bronzy kind of gold. It is a frosty texture, but it's not too glittery. I find it to be wearable by all different ages of women with all kind of looks, skin tones, and texture. So I just put a little bit on, again, another like flat eyeshadow brush, and I tend to start right in the center of the lid. I'm just going to kind of keep this focus on the lid. I'm going to blend it a little bit into the crease, but I'm also going to do a little bit of a different shadow into the crease. So, okay, start here. Just really like press and blend, press, blend, till you get the product where you want it. Focus on that first. Kind of sweep it all across. And then I'm not going to use any more product on this brush right now. Like everything I need is already there. So now I'm just going to take it and turn it to the other side that didn't have any product on it, and I'm going to blend the product I just put on. So I tend to do this really fast just because I've been doing this for so long, and I just kind of do the same look over and over again. But so yeah, so that's that. I don't know if you can see that, but and then I'm going to do a little bit on the bottom. So I'm going to put just a little product on the tip of my brush. Start in the middle of the eye. That way I have room to blend this way and room to blend the other way. Just back and forth, back and forth. If all else fails, just blend, blend, blend. Sometimes I take my finger like that and just kind of soften the edges a little bit. And then if I wanted to, I could pretty much just be done here. Like, I love this color. I love this combination. I could be done course, I want to do the other eye so we match here, but but I'm actually, just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go one step further and kind of deepen it a little bit and show you how to use different textures. So this, like I said, is a frosty texture. So I'm gonna, if I want to deepen it, I really don't want to go back over it with another frosty textured eyeshadow, because it's not going to create very much dimension there. It's just going to look like a bunch of shine. So what I want to do now is take a smaller brush. It's tapered. It's a little more dense, but it still has really great ability to blend. And I'm going to just take, this is Maron. I love their eyeshadows because they are extremely flat and matte. They're highly pigmented, so a little goes a long way. I mean, I literally, when I use this, I basically just put it right there on the tip. I mean, if you can even see that. And then I'm going to just contour my eye, just the basic look. So I'm going to start on the outside corner here, and I'm going to keep my eye open. This is the biggest mistake that women make, is that they close their eye and they follow their natural crease, and then they open their eye and it's gone. Like, they don't see the color and it didn't do anything. So keep your eye open, and you're actually going to put the contour color just above your crease. So it's going to be kind of like on your bone there a little bit. And I'm going to go just above and blend back and forth. And you can, of course, work it down into your natural crease a little bit, because it's gonna happen when you're blending, to keep it soft and diffused. But you really want the product, and the whole point is to create a larger look, a larger eye. So I'm gonna do that a little bit, and then I always bring it down, kind of connect it. I'm gonna put just a little bit more product on the tip of my brush, and I like to connect it down onto my lash line. So start there again, and then just kind of draw a line with it down, and then just keep blending that product and kind of blend it back and forth down into the lashes, like so. And then we're going to do a little bit to connect it on the corner here. So put it there into the lash line and blend. So everything is connected, and then I tend to just always go back and forth over and over. I just can't get enough blending. So blending is always the key. So just do the same thing on the other side. Here we go. This is kind of hard to do this, the computer, and it's opposite, but hopefully it'll be easier for you guys with just a mirror. So same thing. Just blend it down. But you can see, because I'm using the different texture, that it really shows up. If I were to just go and use a shimmery shade, a shimmery texture, I wouldn't get the same effect like this easily. So it's basically like work smarter, not harder. Okay. I learned that in, I think, 6th grade math class, and I never forgot it. All right. So this look right here, just as is a little too harsh for me, like an everyday thing. So, and if this happens to you, and say, like, you know, you put this color on and this combination, and it's like, just like you blended, but maybe it's just still too much, I go back and I take this, it's an eyeshadow brush, but I use it for powder when I set my makeup. And it always still has like a little bit of powder left on it. I go actually over and I blend the edges of what I did, even up above to the brow. Sometimes I put a little bit of extra powder on there too. And then I just go around it. And so I'm just softening those edges and just making it really, really diffused. So just literally go back and forth around it. I don't know if you can tell how much that really softened those lines. So, little trick for you. The next thing is, I'm actually going to curl my lashes before I do my eyeliner. It's, again, the smarter, not harder way to work. Because what happens is you'll put your eyeliner on, and then you'll go and you'll curl your lashes. but you get the eyelash curler so close to your to the base and to the skin that your eyeliner is going to rub off on your eyelash curler. So curl your lashes first. Another little trick, some people like to use like a hair dryer and heat up their eyelash curler, and it tends to kind of, if you have some ornery lashes that maybe they don't like to curl, that are really, really straight or fine, you can try that a little bit. Just don't get it too hot. You don't want to burn yourself, so that's always kind of, not fun. So I use a mirror for this, a hand mirror, and I'm gonna show you, hopefully this will work. I like to start at the base and then I look down. I get my lashes in there, if you can see this, but I get my lashes in there right at the base, and I kind of press it against my lid, and then I look down, and then I squeeze. So as long as you have it pressed against the skin, you should never pinch yourself, because you're actually pushing the skin away. So you just got lashes in there. So start out and pump it, and then work your way to the ends of your lashes so that you have a natural curl and not just one curl here at the base. So again, get the lashes in, press it, look down, pump it, and then start working to the ends. So you can see now that I have a really natural curl. Same thing, other side. Pump, pump. I kind of blink it out a little bit and work to the ends. So I just kind of rub over it. If I have some that are kind of separating, keep them kind of fluffy. So next thing I'm going to do is my eyeliner. One of my staples that I always have in my kit and I always have in my own personal collection is, again, a MAC product. It is a PowerPoint pencil. It's called Stubborn Brown. For me and my skin tone, I really like this. I tend to do brown a lot more than I do black, and I think black can definitely be, it can look harsh sometimes, and this is kind of just like a safe way to get some drama around the eyes and keep that the focus and not doing black. So it glides on really, really easily. I'm going to work it like really close into the lash line. I'm going to show you kind of how I do this. I'm basically just following the lash line and doing small little strokes, kind of like press and connect, press, connect. And it helps if you have your hand mirror and you can look down at yourself as you do this. And it's okay if it's not like completely perfectly blended, because you can always go back with a finger, kind of smooth it out. You can go back with a brush and do that as well. I sharpen my pencil. I don't make it actually really, really sharp because I like it really blended. I don't want a really hard line. So I'll kind of sharpen it, but not to an exact point. So same thing on this side. So I can kind of do this without my mirror, and again, and I like to make sure you get it all the way to the outside corner here. I'm going to actually connect it to the bottom. Sometimes I see women that have done their liner and then it stops short of the end of their eyelid. So that's again when the hand mirror can come in handy, because then you can kind of look at it from a different angle and make sure that you got that part. And then I also take it in here, keep it soft and blend it, and then I'm going to do underneath, same thing, same idea, just really work it into the lash line. And I always, when I do this bottom part, I always go back and I use my finger and I just go over it and I soften it, because I definitely don't want a hard line there. You can always go back and add more and make sure both sides are even, but I always soften it with my finger. And then I just go ahead and take this into the waterline as well. I believe that this is, I'm not sure actually if this is technically approved for the waterline. You'd have to ask someone at MAC about that, but I use it that. And then I take it on the top too, waterline. Ta-da! Okay, so now that that part's done, I'm just gonna go over with some mascara. I am such a creature of habit when it comes to my own makeup, and I love the Maybelline Volumizing mascara. It's basic. I always get waterproof though, because my mascara will always bleed if I don't. So waterproof is really big for me. But to each their own, whatever you want. Again, hand mirror is very necessary for this. I always tell people to hold the mirror. Actually, if you're doing the top lashes, you want to hold the mirror underneath you like this. And you want to look down at yourself. This way you have a larger range of motion when you're actually putting the mascara on. Some people will put it on like this, and then they end up getting mascara on, their skin or all that work that you just did. So I'm going to look down here, and I tend to just go right into the base and work it in, kind of move it back and forth, and then brush it out. So work it in, and don't be afraid of using the tip of the mascara wand, because there's going to be a little excess product on there. Use that, get it into the base, and then you can always brush it out. A lot of people get really obsessed with the wand. There's different mascaras out there and different wands, and they give you this look, and this wand gives you this look. But really, it's about the formula of the mascara, because you really just want to work it in and brush it out. And this is just my favorite wand, and it's pretty basic for that. I love the formula of this. It's thick and it lengthens, but it doesn't get clumpy. So get a little more on my brush, and same thing on this side. So work it in, and we're almost done with this part. So, and then for the underneath side, I'm going to take the mirror up here, and I'm just going to look up myself. Again, just working it in. And then don't be afraid to turn the mascara wand to the part that you haven't used where there's more product. You don't want to pump your mascara back into the container. You're going to pump air in there, and it's going to expire much quicker than if you don't do that. So, ding. And I tilt my brush around, work it in. You can also use the end if you really want to just get the product on, and then again, brush it out. Here we go. One of my other little tricks, this is something that I love, that I tend to not do without anymore, is the white pencil. And actually, this is going to go under my brow, and this is going to create a nice contrast between the eyeshadow and the blend we just did and what I'm going to fill in my brows. So I tend to just put it here right under the arch, and just literally draw it on like that. It looks a little goofy right now, but I'm going to take a flat brush. It's very dense, as you can see, and I'm literally going to just blend what I just did, very concentrated around that line. Follow my brow, and then kind of just blend a little bit down towards that shadow, and then I always take my finger just to soften that line so there's no line. Okay, same thing on this side. Blend, and then go over with the finger to smooth it out. So now when I go to fill in my eyebrows, I have much more contrast. I have basically a shading going on from that shimmer I did to the darker color, diffused it out to a really light.